This has a crunchy filling.
Deliciously soft.
Write all that down, Jeremy. Blue Bunny, we make fun.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Hey, join us Monday. We've got new details on Indiana Jones 5.
I'm excited to play the character again.
As we celebrate 8 decades of Harrison Ford and his iconic movie milestones.
Plus, our 4th of July flashback to when we first met $billion man, Tom Cruise.
I love to dance. So I thought, what the heck, I need a vacation.
And yes, y'all, it was at a disco. We leave you now with
another smuggling of migrants discovered on our city's west side. This is breaking news first at 5. Sky 12 flying over the location where we are hearing reports of another tractor trailer that you see down there found with migrants inside. We want to emphasize, though, there's no deaths being reported right now, but this is very much a breaking news situation.
Yeah, this is happening in the 2500 block of South General McMullen, not far from Kennedy High School and Kennedy Park. This is just south of Highway 90. If you're familiar with that area, you can see the focus right there is on that white semi-trailer that is there. We have a photojournalist, Eddie Latigo, that was there. He says he saw about 15 to 20 people being taken out of the back of that trailer and taken to a shady spot behind that building.
Yeah, and we have some witnesses on the scene. Again, this is not confirmed by authorities right now, even though the Bexar County Sheriff's Office is on the scene. Witnesses are telling our crews out there, like you said, 15 to 20 possible migrants hidden in some old furniture that was in the back of the semi that you see there. Again, this is near Kennedy Park, not far from Kennedy High School on the city's west side. Our Camelia Juarez is there on the ground. She arrived just moments ago. Hey, Camelia, I know there aren't a lot of details right now, but what are you seeing there?
So since we've got here, we saw about a dozen people here that are just standing, getting treatment with some medical people. There's several constables out here, and there is this big truck, an 18-wheeler. There's nothing but furniture inside of there. And like I said, everybody who seems to be outside of the trailer does seem to be walking around, sitting. And also, it's our understanding that the Bexar County Sheriff's has also come out here, and the trailer is just on the side right next to this apartment complex. So we have been getting calls from viewers saying that they saw this trailer, but so far that is all that we've been able to see, and that's all we know at this time.
All right, Camelia, thank you. And of course, we'll check in with you should details change. Let's go back to Sky 12 right now, which is flying over the scene again on the west side. 15 to 20 possible migrants in the back of that semi-trailer. And from the looks of it right here, that is not a refrigerated semi-truck.
Yeah, and this comes just, 4 days since 53 migrants were discovered in the back of a semi-trailer not very far from that location there. I looked at it. I know the Kelly Air Force Base there is on one side, and the other incident that happened is just on the other side of that incident.
And the difference between what we're seeing right here and what we saw on Quintana and Casson Road is the fact that this is not a remote area.
No.
This is not an area where they're not going to be discovered in the back of this semi-truck. So we don't know if the truck was pulled over by authorities, if the truck broke down, if that's what happened. But I mean, this is very much in San Antonio. I mean, on the city's west side, like we said, not far from Kennedy High School or Kennedy Park. Yeah,
there's a lot of questions that we still need to answer. We reached out to immigration officials, and they're gathering information for us as well. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on this. But as you can see there, a fire truck and ambulance. But as Camelia Juarez said, she doesn't see anyone they're walking around. So and nobody that's seriously injured. And
the fire department there to check them out, I'm sure, to check for things like dehydration and heat exhaustion, heat stroke, like we saw very prevalent in the survivors from what happened on Monday, let alone the people that passed away.
Yeah, but what we know, about 15 to 20 people found in the back of that semi, possibly migrants. Definitely something we're going to keep an eye out on.
So let's move on now. Where do families of the victims in Uvalde go from here?
And that is a question that they're asking after a heated city council meeting yesterday. that did not get them any closer to finding out details about what happened at Robb Elementary.
RJ Marquez shares some of their frustrations with this person, the district attorney, and her office as time goes on.
Don't do what you can do as a mayor. Go beyond that.
One by one, family members of Uvalde victims lashed out at City Council and the mayor over the lack of information they have received since the Robb Elementary shooting.
Since day one, we've got zero. No, and I've asked the governor's office for it. I've asked the district attorney's office for it. I've asked the DPS officers for it. I've got nothing.
Kim Hammond was at the meeting and has been fighting for accountability of those involved.
Governments are going to point the fingers because nobody wants to be blamed. The parents just want answers.
Hammond is the woman who earlier this month found a city policy that could be used to remove Uvalde CISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo from City Council. He was sworn in days after the shooting. Families now asking if something similar can be done to remove or recall Uvalde District Attorney Christina Mitchell Busby.
Who has to do something to this lady for her to give us answers? Who?
But Hammond says there are not many options at the moment.
The Attorney General, Ken Paxton, or a district judge would be the only ones that can answer that question. We really don't have any recourse because Christina hasn't done anything negligible thus far.
Busby sent a letter to the City Council on June 8th requesting no information be released by the city until Texas DPS completes its investigation and her office reviews it.
I would ask the DA to give these parents something, not the whole community at large, just the parents, that she is working towards holding those that, if they are negligent, holding them accountable.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
And the Department of Justice says its critical incident review team visited Robb Elementary this week for the very first time. They are working to get an independent account of law enforcement's actions and responses. They say it will help them better prepare first responders in active shooter training. The DOJ says it will release the full report and recommendations once the review is complete.
We're trying to get more information about a fatal train crash in Atascosa County this morning. We know 2 adults died, 3 minors were taken to the hospital. We don't know what condition those 3 people are in at this hour, or actually what led up to the crash. It happened about 7 this morning on Strawberry City Road near Highway 281. The Atascosa County Sheriff's Office responded to the crash. It is now under investigation.
We now know the name of a motorcyclist killed in South San Antonio this week. He is 41-year-old Noel Zapata. San Antonio police say he died Wednesday after he crashed into a big rig on Highway 16 and Loop 410. They believe he was trying to beat a red light. A Bexar County Sheriff's deputy is facing charges for a suspicion of driving while intoxicated and evading arrest. 33-year-old Ernesto Garza was arrested this morning. San Antonio police say around 2 a.m. Garza was driving 20 miles above the speed limit on I-10 West near Vance Jackson. They say he was also changing lanes improperly and failed to maintain a single lane. An officer tried to pull Garza over, but they say he continued driving to I-35 North and New Braunfels, where he ran a red light and stopped shortly after that.
He investigates crimes for a living, and he, more than anybody, should really know the ramifications of his behavior. It's inexcusable.
Garza has been with the sheriff's office for 8 years.
Check out traffic on this 4th of July Friday. Would you call yesterday Mini Friday? Is that Mini Friday Eve?
That's
what you call it. All right. Baby Friday. That's right. This is Friday.
This is the real deal.
This is grown-up Friday. All right. 410 at Cherry Ridge. You can see traffic is heavy in both directions as it winds towards and away from the intersection with I-10 there.
And it's hot, reading 100 degrees here in the corner of your screen. Check out some of these weather watcher temperatures calling in from our westernmost communities. Warren in Del Rio, 108, Talia down in Eagle Pass, 102. And we've got a lot of heat on the board, but I want you to remember that number, 1 inch of rain in Lakey. More on that in just a second. 98 in Mico, 98 Bulverde, and 99 up I-35 in New Braunfels. That 1 inch of rain in Lakey actually came because we've got a few of those spotty pop-up showers from Rock Springs over to Real County, really now in the northern tier of Uvalde County around Concan. A few lightning strikes in those downpours. Around San Antonio, things are really quiet, but we will carry a 20% chance of one of those pop-up showers through about 8-9 p.m. After that, really just warm and breezy as we wrap up your Friday. We've got a lot to talk about as far as the holiday weekend is concerned. I've got all the details for you coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thanks, Katie. Well, a lot of folks are loading up the SUV and heading out for the long holiday weekend. That means gassing up, and right now the average price here is $4.42 a gallon, and that's not stopping millions from traveling. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz reports the price at the pump is keeping many celebrations close to home.
The 4th of July highway parade is on. Despite gas prices rocketing to painful highs, more than 3 million Texans are expected to make the weekend road trip. But we found plenty of folks putting it in park.
I just filled up my tank, and, I think that pretty much says it all,
Staying home.
Absolutely.
Gas prices have actually eased down another 11 cents in the past week. Eddie Estrella sure noticed.
$4.26 a gallon. I said, oh my God. I saw
a bargain.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny what we'll put up with once it starts going up a little bit. We're like, hey, I'll take that.
Analysts attribute the bit of relief to more supply and a little less demand. Still, for the average tank, it's costing $25 more this 4th of July compared to last year. That's enough to buy all of this: hot dogs, buns, mustard, chips, watermelon, and don't forget the apple pie. Gas prices are no picnic for folks coping with higher prices of most everything.
To be honest, we haven't even filled it up in a minute, but if we did, it'll probably be upwards of 130.
But if you're still heading out, AAA says the best time to drive to avoid super crowds is after 9 o'clock tonight or before noon on Saturday. Estrella has a full tank of gas, but the only place he's going is home.
And we're going to have hamburgers, hot dogs, but we've got to have the brisket, and so we're ready.
Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
I want to check back in and give you a live picture over the scene. You can see more emergency vehicles are showing up. This again is the 2500 block of General McMullen, not far from Kennedy Park or Kennedy High School. Some migrants were apparently found in the back of that tractor trailer, 15 to 20 suspected migrants. That's what witnesses on the scene are telling our crews that are also there. You can see San Antonio Fire there, along with Bexar County Sheriff's Office. We'll check in again on this throughout the newscast.
City Park in Boerne is usually the site of the 4th of July fireworks show, but not this year. What went into that decision and what other restrictions you need to know if you plan on lighting fireworks off yourself.
Bexar County residents visiting area lakes this weekend will be safer thanks to some generous donations. The new water rescue boats Bexar County emergency responders now have access to, and how much is it costing taxpayers? That and more coming up tonight on New at 6.
Meanwhile, Bexar County on the scene. Bexar County Sheriff's officers are on the scene. Sheriff's deputies on the scene on the city's west side, where another semi-truck is either broken down or been pulled over, accused of possibly smuggling migrants from the border. We have crews on the scene. I believe we also have Sky 12 to give us kind of a general idea of where we're talking about. The 2500 block of General McMullen, near Kennedy Park, not far from Kennedy High School. There we go.
And we have seen an ambulance there and a fire truck there. But as you can see, the lineup of Bexar County Sheriff vehicles there, we know about 15 to 20 people were taken out from behind that semi-truck. We have Camelia Juarez, who is out there. She's been reporting for us. Camelia, if you can hear us, what are you seeing?
Yeah, so far we have not seen a lot of movement, but there has been, like you said, a lot of constables out here, sheriffs out here, and we are expected to get an official update soon. But first, I'll give you a look. Here's the inside of that trailer. You can see that it's just a lot of furniture, bags. I mean, it looks like abandoned carpet. And we have seen about a dozen people they've just been sitting on the ground. They're standing. We haven't seen anybody get treated or anything like that. And we don't know their status. As far as we know, they're just people But like I said, we are expected to get a update from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office within the next 15 minutes or so. And also the constables are the ones who are leading the investigation at this time. And they just told me not too long ago that investigators are on the scene or on the way to this scene. When we learn more, we'll let you know.
All right, Camelia Juarez live from the city's west side. We're waiting for an update to tell us exactly what happened out there. Thank you, Camelia.
All right, taking a live look outside, 100 degrees. Feels like July 1st. It is.
Exactly. July roars in like a blast furnace.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Patty. It feels like July 1st. Certainly does. And you know, we have lived through the hottest May on record, hottest June on record here in San Antonio. So really no surprise that we're heading into July with more triple-digit heat. Here's what you're looking at this holiday weekend. Yep, it's still going to be hot. 98 tomorrow with another chance of one of those late day pop-up showers. And then even that low chance falls out of the forecast Sunday and Monday for Independence Day. On Monday, we're looking at a high around 100 degrees, but thankfully it will be breezy in the afternoon and also in the evening for any firework watching that you may be doing around dusk. It'll still be plenty toasty near 90 degrees, but breezy with south-southeast winds 10 to 20 miles per hour Monday evening. So that breeze always helps us out. A little bit of good news for you there. We're reading 99 currently at the airport, 96 Gonzales, 101 Pleasanton, and 103 out in Del Rio. Want to get you another look at radar. Overall, things are really quiet, especially around San Antonio. But as you go north, we've had a little bit of activity on radar north of Canyon Lake. A little shower popped up. It fizzled out. But we're starting to see a little bit of redevelopment between Bergheim and Smithson Valley here near the Highway 281 corridor. A teeny tiny little shower there, and also a shower has popped up along I-10 between Welfare and Comfort there. So overall, really quiet around the metro area, but we've got a few pop-ups out there. There's slightly more coverage of some downpours, even with a few lightning strikes as you go farther west. Around Concan, I was showing you, unfortunately, a few minutes ago, a slightly outdated radar view. So the showers that were around Concan about an hour ago have fizzled out. But we do have some downpours west of Rock Springs, again, with a few lightning strikes there. Around Concan and around Uvalde, things are quiet right now on radar. For the next few hours, while the sun is still up, a few of these little pop-ups will remain possible around town. So keep that in mind for any Friday night plans you may have through tomorrow morning. We'll just hold on to some of those low clouds and start you off Saturday morning for a lot of us near 80 degrees. Look for a low around 77 in Pleasanton. Also a low around 77 in New Braunfels, 75 in Kerrville. Light southerly winds tomorrow about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow afternoon, very similar to today. Quiet on radar through lunchtime, but once we get past lunchtime, closer to 4 or 5 o'clock, we'll likely see a few more of these little pop-up showers. Pop-up downpours develop during the hottest part of the day. They'll be possible late afternoon through early evening. Hope you can find yourselves under one of those, because otherwise, here's what you're looking at temperature-wise tomorrow. 102 Eagle Pass, 102 Pleasanton, 98 around San Antonio, and 98 New Braunfels for your Saturday. There's a lot more cloud cover off toward the Houston area and especially over Louisiana. Remember that tropical disturbance we were talking about the last few days out in the Gulf? Well, it never developed into anything, but it has been dumping a lot of rain along the I-10 corridor between Houston toward Lake Charles and New Orleans. So if you'll be traveling that way late tonight or tomorrow, just know you're going to run into a better chance of rain there. Elsewhere across Texas, we've got some storms down in deep South Texas. Things are pretty quiet around our beaches, Corpus Christi, Port A. Quiet down there right now, and here's what you're looking at this weekend if your holiday plans take you down to the Port A and Corpus Christi area. Low rip current risk. We always like to see that. Wave heights generally around 2 to 4 feet both days. Here at home, just hot through the weekend, but a nice breeze to help us ring in 4th of July on Monday, guys.
It was nice to have that cool off of the 90s before we head into the 100s.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I want to clarify the situation on the west side. We continue to monitor that situation. Again, officials aren't telling us anything right now. We just know that there's a suspicion that there may be some sort of migrant smuggling going on, but that has not been confirmed by officials right now. And the sheriff, we're told, is on scene.
Yeah, and the sheriff office is telling us that they're trying to sort things out, that it's a mess. Everyone's on edge because of what happened earlier this week.
We'll continue to follow it. All right, Greg. This guy's now the superstar of the Spurs, I guess?
He's the face of the franchise. We're talking about Keldon Johnson, the Olympic gold medalist, about to start his 5th season as the San Antonio Spurs, speaking out about the blockbuster moves the Spurs have made in just the last few hours, and the Cowboys camp schedule is out. It is arguably the biggest shakeup in Spurs franchise history since the day they traded the Iceman George Gervin and the Chicago Bulls all the way back in 1985. DeJounte Murray and Jacques Landale are now members of the Atlanta Hawks. After at least one report indicates Murray and his agent, Rich Paul, told the Spurs that he would not re-sign with the team since he was up for a max deal in 2 years. His current contract calls for him to be paid $16.5 million this year and $17.7 next year. That forced the Spurs to make a trade now so that they would not be left empty-handed, landing the 3 first-round draft picks from the Hawks, the first in 2023 protected, then swapping first-round draft picks in 2026. But that's not the only shakeup. Lonnie Walker IV is now a Laker after he agreed to a 1-year, $6.5 million deal after the Spurs withdrew their qualifying offer. The house cleaning means the Spurs are in full rebuild mode with the face of the franchise now, Keldon Johnson, who's about to start only his 4th season and was kind enough today to share his thoughts about the blockbuster moves.
I sent Lonnie a text and I got to talk to DJ on the phone. But, you know, I wish them the best. I know that they're going to do great. I know they're going to be the stars that they are. They're going to shine. So, you know, it's just a new opportunity for them. But once a Spur, always a Spur. They still going to be family. They still my brothers. Still one phone call away. So I think that regardless of where they at, you know, they're still family.
Now, with the first pick, Jeremy Sohan unable to participate in the Summer League minicamp due to testing positive for COVID, all eyes will be on the Spurs' 2nd pick of the NBA draft, wingman Malachi Branham out of Ohio State. Branham considered to be the steal of the draft by some after he was dropped to 20th overall, where the Spurs scooped him up. And now he'll get to showcase his talents in Las Vegas starting next week.
I feel like my game rises when I'm competing, so I'm super excited. Always watch Summer League on TV, but now playing in it is going to be exciting and fun. I'm super excited.
All right, it all starts next Friday in Las Vegas, and the Spurs face the Cleveland Cavaliers at 4 p.m.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
It's hard to believe we are now less than a month away from the Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California. Players are set to report on July 25th. The Cowboys charter lands in Southern California, followed by the annual State of the Cowboys address, and then the first practice. Here are some key dates released in their official schedule, opening up with the players reporting on the 25th, followed by the State of the Cowboys press conference, 26th. 27th will be the first practice, the opening ceremony on the 30th, and Jerry Jones live on instant replay his annual visit on July 31st. That will be a Sunday.
Yeah, and Patty, I don't know if you know this or not, but this is the time of year where Greg just chants California.
Yes.
When it's 100 degrees here.
76 there.
Yeah, he brings his long sleeves. It's really not fair.
Chilly at night.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're going to take you back to the scene of breaking news down on the southwest side. We have been talking about this semi-trailer that has been stopped by several constables as well as Bexar County Sheriff deputies. We know that there was people behind that vehicle, and we're now getting a little bit more clarity, but it's still a lot of confusion out there.
Yeah, and we know something is happening out here. We're waiting for clarification to come from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. We know that Bexar County constables are on the scene. BCSO is on the scene. We know at one point there were 15 to 20 people who were in the back of this vehicle. I think that's kind of what started all this.
Everyone's on edge.
Everyone's on edge. We're waiting to see exactly what happens. And of course, when we get an update, you'll know it first. See you at 6.